The next question comes from our friend Kader Awad, and this is a question that I had him ask twice now, but it's such an amazing and important question. I think that it definitely needs some addressing. He says, what advice would you give other entrepreneurs in regard to business ethics? Most entrepreneurs will be faced with dilemmas at times in which they're not sure what the correct ethical decision is. You have probably experienced cases like that yourself. How do you usually approach these situations? You said in vlog number 1, you can go way back, that you didn't see eye to eye with your business partner in your first business out of college, and you decided to leave that business altogether. If you're open to sharing, do you think that that was the correct decision for you to make, or should you have tried to work things out with your business partner? Ethics is defined by moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. So is it important when it comes to selecting business partners? The answer is yes. Is it important for you to be an ethical and moral person when it comes to you conducting yourself in life? The answer is yes. But unfortunately, money makes good people do some really bad things. You hear about all these stories about these people like Bernie Madoff. There's a series that I love called American Greed. And it is like each episode is a tale of like somebody just like going off the rails and doing things that are questionable for the almighty dollar. Guys, money is not worth you losing sleepless nights. Money is not worth your freedom. Money is not worth you doing crappy things to other people. And unfortunately, when it comes to money, people lose their mind and do some really bad things. So without going into too many details, for those of you who've been around the bodybuilding world or the fitness world for a long time, you might remember something called like blue Nitro, right? It was like a 32-ounce bottle of like this blue liquid, and it was marketed as like a belt cleaner. And the reality is that people would actually take like a little bit of it and drink it, and it would give similar effects to GHB or G, which is like a party drug, or liquid ecstasy. Like there are a lot of different names for it. Well, people in the supplement industry used to sell it. It was not like illegal at the time. But once sort of the government and the FDA sort of figured out what was going on, they cracked down and they made the active ingredient in this belt cleaner, which was furanone dihydro. See, I'm getting all technical here. They made it like a schedule or class, whatever, like drug. But what people were doing was going and buying 55-gallon drums of this furanone dihydro. You want to know what furanone dihydro really is used for? Stripping boats like in the ocean, like cleaning boats. It was a super dangerous, powerful chemical. And what would happen is you could make this stuff at home. You could take 1 ounce of this furanone dihydro, add it to a bottle, add like 31 ounces of like Kool-Aid or whatever, add a little bit of flavor to it, and you could sell it. And so when it came down that was going to be not okay to sell, my business partner at the time thought, you know what, this is a way to make some money, because a lot of people in that world were still using it. It was a cheap way to get kind of messed up. And so that was the point at which I decided that, listen, you know, I'm gonna leave now, because, you know, prison was not a place that I wanted to go. I knew that I would be popular, but I did not think I would thrive in prison, if you catch my drift. I'd be popular, but not somewhere I wanted to go. And so that was the point at which I left, because I didn't want to be involved. I knew that it was not worth it. Nothing is worth your freedom. You know, other people that do stupid things like cheating on your taxes and stuff like that, tax evasion. People do stupid ass things for money. And when you really boil it down, you just got to figure out, you know, is it worth it? Is it worth having sleepless nights? Is it worth you going to prison, losing your freedom, losing your family, your loved ones? And for me, the answer is no, of course not. For me, it's never been about the money. So the decision has always been super easy. But I see a lot of people that are doing some pretty shady things. Even a lot of shady online, like I think that like some of the info products that are out there, I see these people doing some shady things for money. You know, the whole like get rich quick, let me teach you how to, you know, do this and you're gonna be $1 million. Like that's some shady shit in my opinion. Now, can it work for a few people? Sure, but is it like, I'm not a big fan of those programs. Getting people together for conferences and having like pep talks to sell them e-products and play into people's emotions. I think they're scumbags. In my opinion, just throwing it out there.